between C3BO and Indomitus. Group A, I think these bad boys are in. Let me just double check that before I say Group B. So I am wrong. Group B, these boys are in. I see that Raxel and Raider are playing at the moment, but I don't want to dip into a locked lobby. I don't want to abuse my powers. So we're watching Indomitus versus C3BO. Fairly big stat difference here. I don't think Indo's stats are correct. There's no way that is. Maybe it's just how many public games he's played. Maybe he only plays private. But their first game is going to be on Tabular. That gives us a 1-22 wind. There's 20 tidal. This map is flooded with 100 water in this tournament here. And 6 titles. 6 geos on the dry land. So as far as I can tell at the moment, the current meta for this in BPL is to build the sea lab here and take over the sea before you move on to land yourself. I just need to turn down the music a little bit. There we go, that's better. Alright. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't know C too well. I know C3BO, but I don't know Indo too well, so let's just go straight into the game. Let's get it. Okay, so neither player opening with the C lab, it seems. C3BO getting the good luck U2, so he obviously good lucked first. C3BO spawning in as the Armada commander on the right hand side of the map. He's going to be going for at least 3 metal extractors. Nice high wind at the moment. The 1-22 is treating them good. And he's going to be opening up as an Armada bot lab, interestingly. Meanwhile, Indo is going to be going for a single mix opener as an Armada commander with an Armada bot lab too. Yeah, there's no way Indo has 50 OS with just like 17 games. So I'm not sure what the hell's wrong with the stats there. Maybe that's an L and not an I. I'll have to redo the stats after this game, we'll see. Alright, we're going to be opening up with triple constructors here. Fair amount of reclaim. So, I mean, Resbot wouldn't go astray. Obviously, there's reclaim in the water as well. You can see that the map has been flooded, which is interesting, to say the least. I don't think bots can cross. Yeah, there's absolutely nowhere that bots can cross. Usually, bots can cross here, and obviously, this here is not usually wet either, so very sea-centric map now. Not my favorite, but we'll see if anything interesting actually happens. Alright, we got 3 cons coming out. Just turn chat off real quick. Yeah, Indo spending all of his resources at the start on constructors, getting a single tick out for scouting purposes, just in case something crazy happens. C3BO also going for cons, but does get a res bot out first. He's actually going for a con turret, interestingly. He does have a lot more metal to spend than Indo at the moment. He's currently 60% ahead. Going to give him that little bit of a head start on the metal, but having the single mix means that you get the cons out quicker in Indo's case. But yeah, C3BO gets that con turret up and then decides to walk his commander over to build the C lab. Interesting. Indo's going to be getting the con turret up to build his C lab as well. I think he can drop the C lab in range of that. Let me just double check. Yeah, easily. Very easily. The bot lab's already been reclaimed. No res bot for Indo yet. I assume the res bot for C3BO is going to be reclaiming his lab. Yep, he's got a second res bot out and he's going to be reclaiming that bot lab. Getting another con out really quickly first. Using all of his metal, so he'll have 3 cons as well. One's just adding on wind. He is definitely going to be needing that wind any second now to spend that metal that he's got. So yeah, not having the con turret in range of the lab is an interesting choice. I do like the way Indo's done it. Indo's already transitioned to C and he's already got units coming out and constructors. Nice opening for Indo here. You can see he's a little bit behind on metal, but he has caught up. He's not so far behind that it's like detrimental. He does have double cons expanding northward, whereas C3BO just has a single con going each direction. He does have a third con going this way, so C3BO's actually got 4 cons. Alright, first C con is out for Indo now. C3BO doesn't even have his lab up yet. Gets his lab up, instantly goes into a submarine. thinks better of it and actually pumps out a constructor first. Doesn't have energy. The wind is dipped at the perfect time for Indo here. C3BO's commander is going to be in range to shoot this guy. Almost kills it. It does escape on very low HP. And you can see it's going to give him some nice vision here. Okay. Con's out. It's going to be assisting the lab. Commander's going to be the one expanding for C3BO. Indo's going to be expanding as well. Still has the con turret here, which is really nice. Both players are really struggling on energy. Economically, C3BO is still ahead by a little bit here on all metrics. First unit is out finally for C3BO. Submarine. It is on hold fire. I didn't. Do submarines come out on hold fire automatically now? Very interesting. And yeah, dolphins will be following the submarine. You can see the submarine actually moving here. Submarine is out for Indo now. Misses its first shot. Almost connects with the dolphin in the back. Both players pretty much out of metal, just expanding. C3BO's commander is going to be what turns the tide here in this battle. He's not repairing his ship, and his ship does go down. Does take the win on the submarine battle here. Next submarine out does, oh my god, he launched out of the water there. Does clear that dolphin. And the sea battle is well underway, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, C3BO are going to lose this submarine without doing any damage. Oh, it does dodge that shot. Trees really soaking up some of that damage for Indo. Does clear out one of C3BO's submarines, but loses his submarine as well. Single skater being an absolute menace here. Another submarine about to pop out. Constructor is about to go down. C3BO gets the first shot off here. Manages to clear that submarine. Oh, it dodges that shot. The skater does clear out that con. The con does just go down. Alright, both commanders are very close to each other right now. We have a respot trying to reclaim some trees. Luckily the tree gets shot down by the submarine. And just like that, C3BO is going to win. 2 submarines and a commander versus a commander. And that is game over. Is C3BO going to chase? He is chasing. Submarine coming from Indo. And there's the GG, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 goes to C3BO. I do see Banshees in the back. Banshees were just coming out for C3BO.
Whatever one applies.
Let's check the graph. Wow. Yeah, these maps not the most exciting map picks this season. Okay, yeah, you can see C3BO a little bit behind, but obviously he's building mixes here. And then starts ramping up. More energy used overall. Okay. Let's go into game 2. Let me just quickly set up the screen that we're going to be looking at here. What have I done? Alright. Alright, as you can see, game 2 is going to be on Red Rock Desert. This is, of course, a best of 3. I do need to refresh my replay folder. There we go. best of 3 as far as I'm aware. But yeah, this has 4 to 15 wins, so nothing too crazy. 10 title, even though there's not really a whole lot of water on this map. You can't tell, but down the bottom here is actually water. Just in this little channel on either side. A lot of the times you see people spawn on the high ground if they're going for air, or they'll spawn at the base of this ramp. I have seen people spawn in all 4 starting positions here, so it's anyone's guess as to who is going to spawn where on this map. I do actually just need to be a little bit more professional here and add 1 win to 0 here. There we go, that looks a little bit better. There we go, 1-0 to C3BO. So without further ado, let's just go straight into the next game. Let's go ahead and hide that. There we go. Okay.
Clear, thought out macro, and strong mental. You've got this, Commander.
Okay, so we have Indo on the left as the red Armada Commander, spawning at the base of the ramp. Safe position. Does allow you to base here, and it's a natural blockade for this ramp, which is a nice safe expansion. And of course, C3BO doing the same. Safe spawn position, easy expansion, and here's Armada Commander 2. We're going to be seeing Armada vehicles on this map. Maybe Armada vehicles for Indo, let's check. Yes, both players going for Armada vehicles. We have a 2 mix opener for Indo. And a 3 mix opener for C3BO. Wind is nice and high at the moment. Treating our players quite nicely. But you gotta be careful, wind is a fickle bitch in this game, and it may just crash on you. Alright. We're gonna be seeing 6 scout units come out for Indo into double cons. Meanwhile, C3BO are gonna be going for a con into 6 scout units. So a little bit more economic minded for C3BO. He does have double solar. With that wind being max, the solar's not really paying off yet. But if that wind ever dies, that solar will pay itself off. Unluckily for C3BO, that wind is not dying. It's starting to die now, but it would have been much better to have the solars not out with the wind up instead at the start. Alright, first blood goes to Indo. Does get a very nice trade there, and he gets all his scout units across the map before C3BO even gets his scouts out. And you can see that just those minor differences between building solars and winds, and the wind being high, really does make up the difference there. It allows Indo to get that pressure on, but sadly he does lose every single one of his scout units with only killing a single wind turbine, and that's going to allow C3BO to counter pressure. Alright, double cons coming out for C3BO. We have a single con out for Indo, the second one's just popping now. Indo's obviously produced less metal because he, I think he went for a 2 mix opener, maybe he went for a 3 mix and I just didn't really notice. God, I'm good at this. Alright, more scout units coming out for both players. We just have scouts on repeat for Indo for now. And we have a blitz actually going to be coming out for C3BO. Really good idea to mix in a blitz here and there when you're in the scout phase. Blitz just trades so well with scout units, and it can allow you to turn that tide of battle if you're having a scout battle. Alright, 1 metal extractor does get picked off there by C3BO. He's trying to get some damage done on these constructors, but does get driven off, and now Indo has, I thought it was going to have the army value advantage, but of course that blitz that's over here on the side of the map does give C3BO that army value advantage, and that's going to allow C3BO to actually keep the pressure on without having to worry too much about back at base, because he can always pump scouts out at base, but that blitz is going to cause Indo to have to build, react to it. LLT comes up for C3BO on this expansion. You can see he's got some scouts running around. There is a scout in the back of Indo's base that does go down before he can kill the metal extractor here. The LLT is spotted by Indo. He sees the LLT, he sees the double expanding cons. Little bit of AFK micro there from Indo, but he is doing pretty good. He is going to get cleaned up before he can kill that converter. The safe expansion's going off pretty good here for C3BO. I'm surprised that Indo actually isn't taking the safe expansion yet. a very interesting choice of his. We see some blitz coming out now for Indo as well across this map. No LLT here is a definite choice for C3BO. I mean, the amount of times I've seen people lose by not blocking this position, even a couple of walls here really does pay dividends. He does actually clear that middle extractor, but does lose all of his scouts. The blitz in the middle of the map are going to go toe-to-toe, and C3BO is most likely going to lose his blitz. Yep, just taking down a single scout to, you know, cover itself, but really not a great trade for C3BO there. Radar coming up for Indo, but no LLT. 2 scout units here, not going to be able to clear out those cons, but they might be able to get a couple of middle extractors here. Maybe even the radar if they're very lucky. Okay, they get a scout, but yeah, just single middle extractor. Both players just going toe-to-toe with scout units right now. I'm really surprised that Indo is not building this safe expansion at all. Maybe he's going to be queuing it up with this. He is stalling on energy, he's got a little bit of metal in the bank, and C3BO is just breaking his ankles with this scout gameplay right now. Indo just not having the APM to just be everywhere on the map. He's doing a fairly good job here of defending. He's clearing up these scouts without losing too much. Yeah, this middle extractor here survives. This one here does go down in the end. It was almost good for C3BO. I'd say if he got this, it would have been really nice. There's a little bit of a blitz battle going on here. Indo slightly overextended in AFK, but the 2 blitz here, like I said, no LLT blocking that position and no wall either. And yeah, like I said, I've seen so many games lose specifically because they just leave this gap open even though they've spawned in the safe quote-unquote position. C3BO does clear that up. Not too many problems. He loses a few things, but he can rebuild. The double cons down here are AFK as well. Another con over here going to be dropping some LLTs in a second. Surely C3BO is going to be expanding down here if he's paying attention. He's got 2 LLTs on this position over here. And that's going to keep him protected from almost infinite amount of scouts. Unless Indo has some crazy micro. This raid from C3BO should be getting cleaned up without too much of a hassle. Yep, you can see them skedaddling on out of there, and he's actually going to lose those blitz. One might escape, barely. Boy, he's actually on 3 health, chasing. Does die to a scout unit there, though. Another little bit of a raid here from C3BO, but Indo does have the units here already to defend this position. But they might slip past. And as I said, look, both players just not doing something as simple as building a couple of walls here. Or an LLT or anything. And he's probably going to lose this con in, you know, because he's done that. Also at the same time, C3BO are going to lose double cons. Oh, that's a real great pickup from Indo there. Really, really nice. And then he escapes with those scout units. C3BO at the same time going to be trying to clear out this constructor. Indo actually clicks all his units back and does lose that con. Indo expanding a little bit faster than C3BO because he's lost those cons now. He actually lost these 2 double mixes and this con as well. Losing 3 constructors here is really bad for C3BO. Do not like to see that. Does lose another middle extractor here. These blitz are going to get in. That converter's definitely going down. Down it goes. Commander comes across to help defend. Starts repairing the solar. Solar pretty good with Commander's repair. And those units do go down. He's also expanding up here, which is nice. Now, C3BO does have this expansion, whereas Indo does not. So it's really good for C3BO right now. He's very lucky that Indo never took that expansion up here. Or else he would be in a bit of a worse situation. But currently he's up 4 to 500 metal. Both players going for an attack on either side of the map. Indo should have enough to defend this. He might lose a couple mixes if C3BO moves soon. But as the time goes on, it looks like, yeah, he's going to get a couple of mixes here, but Indo should be able to defend this eventually. Over here, these scouts shouldn't be doing too much. C3BO does have a single blitz in this corner. Self-deal on the mixes, trying to get some of that damage on the blitz. Loses 3 middle extractors. Only 2 middle extractors, interestingly. Clears that easy. C3BO does have a sneaky unit here that he can kill this con with if he wants. The scouts do slip by. They don't actually kill any of these mixes. Like I said, the triple LLT, holy shit, can defend against a lot. This LLT here should be able to clear out most of these. You know, vehicle scouts do lose speed as they go up the ramp. Bot lab coming out for C3BO. blitz on repeat, but he's getting some res bots out to try and, you know, bring some units back to life or reclaim some of the metal. C3BO hitting with a multi-pronged attack here. Clears out a radar, gets a couple mixes with these blitz and another radar. He might try and pick up these cons. I think he's going to be struggling to get these cons, but he might go for them. We'll see what happens. Con does go down up here for C3BO against a couple of these blitz from Indo. Obviously, he's going to be able to defend this, so let's check out what happens with these cons. Yeah, it looks like Indo gets into position and C3BO has to leave without the biscuits that he was going for. Meanwhile, we have another raid here from Indo coming towards C3BO's base, and at the same time we have this cheeky unit going to be clearing out this constructor, no problems at all from C3BO. Really worth leaving him in the corner. He's going to clear out some mixes and the constructor. Alright, at the same time this push here clears out a couple of mixes at least, kills 2 LLTs. Yeah, wow, worth it actually, killing all those mixes, but there is res bots on the map now. C3BO really desperately needs energy, so he's dropping his solars down. He's got some build power here. He's working on his second construction turret while he's reviving. Probably not ideal, but once he gets a few more solars down, he should come right, especially with the res bot being able to revive all those metal extractors. Looks like this guy up here did clear all these mixes and the con. Down here, the double cons are just rebuilding everything that they need. We have another con over here. There's a lot of metal on the map for Indo to reclaim, but he's not quite grabbing it yet. C3BO with a cheeky forward radar does have perfect vision of Indo's base. Another little bit of a raid up here from C3BO clears out this metal extractor and this metal extractor. I don't know if they killed a con up here or not. Looks like the con did get out and to a safe position in time. But C3BO really taking the initiative and, you know, forcing that map control upon his opponent. He's even building a wall here, and this is going to give C3BO, you know, the pressure he needs to keep Indo kind of in his base. Indo's most likely going to be coming around here and maybe another raid around here, but C3BO does have the most direct route between the bases. He is going to be dropping some mine layers. Let's see what type of mines he's dropping. Medium mines for the blitz that are coming, and he's basically reading the mind of Indo. He's going to be hitting these blitz with at least one of these mines, maybe 2 if he's lucky. A little bit of a raid here from C3BO, does get cleaned up. Not before he clears out at least one more mix. Building some Twilights here, C3BO is, with the dude who built the radar on the front line. He's still not expanded back down here. There's a single blitz down here, which is going to pose trouble for this double con. You see that blitz is heading straight towards those constructors now. The mine layer is done and might even get out of the way before these blitz make it to his base. Oh, good timing, holy shit. Really nice mines there from C3BO. Basically cleared that entire raid up. He's not going to lose anything. He loses the mine layer, no! He does lose one of these cons at least. Is the other con going to go down? It looks like it might. Oh, the fact that he got both of those cons with a single blitz is really nice for Indo. At the same time, C3BO is back up on the high ground, clearing out these mixes. We do have just raids all over the map from everybody all at once. C3BO definitely has map control. He's produced more metal. He's producing more metal as well. He's producing more energy. C3BO is floating 1,000 metal, so he really needs to get spending that ASAP. He's got res bots that he can be using to spend this extra energy he's got. He's going to lose another metal extractor here. He might even lose this constructor, but it looks like Indo is going to be going straight for these mixes. C3BO does have more than enough to stop this. He should just lose a couple more mixes, and then he should be fine. As long as he doesn't lose all his res bots, which it looks like he's going to run his res bots straight into those blitz. Doesn't lose any of them though. And now he's good to go. He's going to revive all of this. And I think the res ball is going to be what really cements the victory for C3BO here. Because once you get res bots and your opponent doesn't, it starts to snowball very, very quickly. You can see that there's a lot of metal here. C3BO keeps taking semi-unfavorable trades down here. But he does keep getting the metal extractors. And there's 1,000 metal basically. 7, 8, 950-ish metal just chilling on the ground. And it's not being utilized at all. Whereas on C3BO's side of the map, roughly the same amount of metal, a little bit more spread out, but he's got a lot of res bots and they are reviving everything all at once. And he's floating metal. So I think it's mere moments before the res ball starts to really factor into the gameplay here. A little bit of a raid on the northern side. southern raid gets cleaned up from Indo. Yeah, C3BO not overcommitting with his units just yet. Air transition out of Indo. He is stalling a lot of metal right now. C3BO getting a lot more build power out in the form of constructors. I don't know if he just left. I think he just left his lab on repeat by accident. And he just has no energy. Big energy problems and metal spending problems from C3BO, which are one and the same. And that's probably due to, you know, this amount of res bots all reviving. And having constructors on repeat at your lab. But he does have the army value advantage by a significant amount. Like I said, that snowball effect. And he's got metal in the bank if he needs to spend it. Looks like he does clear out some of this. And there's the GG. 2-0 to C3BO. Well done.
Game over.
Game over. Hot damn. Shit, the graph. This never shows up on stream, but... yeah, C3BO just slightly ahead the entire time. And that's it. Well done.